We will call the meeting of the Agua Fria Governing Board to order. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 3.1 Friend of Agua Fria Award, I believe is Ms. Griego.
Good afternoon, President Terry, Governing Board members, Superintendent Islas, and Agua Fria community. At this time, here to present the Friend of Agua Fria Award is the Exceptional Student Services Life Skills Teachers and Special Olympics Coach, Heather, Cassandra, and Taylor Williams, if you wouldn't mind coming up. Joining them are also two students, Taylor and Shanice. I invite them to give some information about why the Cinderella Fair is tonight's award recipient.
The Cinderella Fair is an all-volunteer project supported by East Valley Women's League. It is their mission to make attending prom affordable for all high school junior and seniors in Arizona, as well as make it an event in their lives to remember. The program was founded in 2002 to assist girls by collecting and distributing new and gently used formal wear. The Cinderella Fair has also provided dresses for exchange students from the Tempe Sister Cities program.
As far as their partnership specifically to Agua Fria Union High School District, this is not their first year that they have graciously welcomed our students into their building and let our girls pick out prom dresses. This is something that our Life Skills program at Agua Fria likes to do every year, and they always support us. This year, Agua Fria High School Life Skills classes took 22 girls, and they tried on endless dresses until they found the one. They move on from there to pick out a pair of shoes, purse, and jewelry to match their dress. Our girls loved this experience.
In honor of their generosity and kindness, and on behalf of the district, governing board, and Superintendent Islas, I proudly present the Cinderella Affair with the Friend of Agua Fria Award. Accepting this award are Tammy and Heather and Barb Brady. I invite you to come forward and receive the award from the
Thank you so much. Thank you. We do too. Can I get a picture really quick for our social media? Would that be okay?
And then at the very end, we'll also take a picture with your group out in the lobby.
Oh, good. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have two more recognitions, and then we will take a break for a 5-minute recess for those photos. So that's all for 3.1. 3.2 is student recognition.
I'm excited to share with the governing board our students who are being recognized for their excellence. One student from each high school has been nominated by their counselor, teacher, or principal for exemplifying excellence in academics, for having outstanding character, and tonight these students are being honored for their strong academic pursuits and have been identified as leaders by their classmates for contributions to their schools and extracurricular activities and the betterment of our community. While each student has a different yet compelling reason for being selected as an award recipient, these students are a shining example of our future. Included in your governing board packet, there's an extended version of why each of these students has been nominated for this particular award. Tonight, our first award recipient will be Connor Hennington from Agua Fria Union High School. I'd like to invite him up. I'd just like to share a few brief remarks about Connor with each of you. Connor is from Agua Fria High School and is described as one of the kindest souls on the planet, and his personality really shines and radiates every time he participates in a school production. This year, during the performance of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, this couldn't have been more true, and his personality shined brighter than ever. The only thing that was brighter than his performance were the smiles on his face and his fellow actors as they took their bows on stage. Congratulations. Although he's our only student in attendance today to be recognized, I would like to recognize the other students who have been nominated and are receiving this award but are not here to join us for the celebration. We have Ava Kane, Adriana Salcido, Maka Jones, Audie North, and Alan Vargas. Please join me in celebrating them with a round of applause.
All right, moving on to the staff recognition, 3.3.
Agua Fria High School District has nearly 1,000 incredibly talented staff members. Each person in our organization plays an important role in delivering quality education to over 9,300 students across our 5 campuses and online school. Joining us today are several exemplary staff members who have been selected to receive the Excellence Award. Each award recipient was selected by the school principal or district administration for their hard work, exceptional commitment, and leadership capabilities. This group of professionals is a reflection of the extremely talented and dedicated staff in our district. As mentioned with the students, each staff member was selected for a personal reason, and that information can be found in your governing board packet. At this time, I'd like to invite our first award recipient to come forward to receive a certificate from Superintendent Eastless. We'll start with Allison Rye from Agua Fria High School and Lala Perea. This is Allie from Agua Fria High School. She's being honored today because she's described as a difference maker and sincerely adores her students and encourages them to reach beyond their comfort zone and realize their full potential. This is Lala, and she was nominated because she's known to be a hardworking and joyful servant that is the front face of Agua Fria High School. Lala greets students and guests with grace and a smile every day, no matter the season or the time of day. Congratulations. And now I'd like to invite Megan Brown from Canyon View High School, along with Kim Knudsen. This is Megan Brown from Canyon View High School, and it isn't unusual to find her lending a hand, offering help, or supporting the Jaguar Way at Canyon View High School. Her colleagues have said that they are grateful to have her on their team. This is Kim, and she has been an integral support for the Registrar team. Her colleagues have said she works easily with teachers, parents, and students alike, that she is flexible and is quick to find solutions. Congratulations. Now I'd like to bring up Sabrina Mata. And Scott Smith.
Thank you.
Sabrina and Scott are both from Verrado High School, and both are being recognized for establishing relationships with their students. They've done a great job of building a caring school campus and building trust amongst the kids. Now I'd like to invite Daniel Preciado and Beth Jackson. Daniel is new to Desert Edge, but has quickly become an integral part of the team. He has made positive connections with students and staff. During lunchtime, he can be seen in several places, making sure students are staying safe and responsible. His team commented that they enjoy having him as a Scorpion and look forward to working with him for years to come. Now I'd like to invite up George Merriman. And Travis Gwinney. Are you Travis or George? Thank you. I almost knew all their names. George is somewhat a new staff member at Millennium High School, serving as the equipment manager, but already he has proven to be a quick learner, a team player, and a self-starter. He has taken initiative on several tasks and gone above and beyond his job description to help the Millennium Athletics run much more efficiently. Congratulations. Now I'd like to invite up Terry Hui. And also Alan Guena. Terry is with the Coldwater Academy and Agua Fria Online Academy and has been performing 3 or more jobs simultaneously since she came on board. Her team says they really don't know how she's doing it, and without her, Agua Fria Online could not have thrived this first school year. Congratulations. And now from the district office, I'd like to invite up Martin Purnell and Tracy Mansfield. Martin is with the district office and serves as our maintenance project coordinator. He is instrumental in ensuring our campuses and our buildings systems run smooth and are comfortable. His team says they're extremely grateful for all that Martin does to support our schools and students. This is Tracy. She also serves here at our district office, and she goes above and beyond. She is a true partner to all of our employees, and her team says we are lucky to have her leading our payroll department. At this time, I'd like to invite the governing board for a photo with each of our award recipient groups. If you'll step out into the lobby, I'll have them go out in sets of 3 to meet you for that photo, along with Mr. Islas.
All right. We will take a 5-minute recess.
So if we can please start with the Cinderella Affair, just having your crew from the Cinderella Affair go out into the lobby for a picture. Getting there.
So we will move along to item 5.1, consideration of approval of minutes for the March 16th, 2022 study session.
I move that we approve the minutes of the March 16th, 2022 study session as presented.
I second.
DeCoste, yes.
Hill, yes. Landis, yes.
Terry, yes.
Acton, yes.
5.2, consideration of approval of minutes of the March 16th, 2022 regular board meeting.
I move that we approve the minutes of the March 16th, 2022 regular board meeting as presented.
I second.
DeCoste, yes. Anyone else?
Terry, yes.
Landis, yes. Hill, yes.
Acton, yes.
Item 6.1, the College Promise Scholarship Program. If there's any questions. Tom, is there anything on the college scholarship?
Bring on Mr. Rostosi,
Yeah.
who's here, and just say just a few words, please.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is not the Mr. Rostosi.
that's
who
not
used to
Tom.
say that.
No,
That's okay.
it's one of them.
I'm the younger brother of that Mr. Rostosi. Hi, I mean, we're just here to make sure you're aware of that we're going to be doing another College Promise at Michael Anderson with a third grade class starting this year. They're going to be scheduling a event to announce that to the third grade families, and so we're hoping that a couple folks from the board will be able to participate in that evening and a little signing ceremony. But otherwise, I'm just here to answer questions, if you have any questions.
Okay.
Any questions from the board?
No questions.
Okay,
No questions?
thank you.
All right,
Thank
thank
you for being
you.
here.
Thank
Thank
you
you so
for the
much.
scholarship.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving along
We
to,
need to.
or we need to approve, yeah, thank you.
I move that the governing board approve the district commitments to support the College Promise Scholarship Program.
I second.
DeCoste, yes.
Hill, yes. Landis, yes.
Terry, yes.
Acton, yes.
Now we can move on. Thank you, Gina. The consent agenda, I do want to pull item 7.4, but is there any other item that a board member would like to have pulled?
No.
Nope, okay. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda minus item 7.4.
So moved.
I second that. DeCoste, yes.
Hill, yes. Landis, yes.
Terry, yes.
Acton, yes.
All right. Item 7.4, approval ratification personnel items. I don't believe there is any discussion, but I know we had to vote on this slightly separately, so I'll entertain a motion to move that item.
Why do we have to vote on this separately?
I asked to have it pulled, Vicki, for a conflict of interest. I'll have to abstain from the vote, and I didn't want to hold up the whole consent agenda.
Yeah.
I support everything on this agenda, on 7.4, but because of a conflict of interest with one of the new hires, I'm abstaining. Fair. Okay.
So barring any further discussion, I'll entertain a motion on 7.4.
I want to, so conflict of interest is when you have a money, it's like, are you doing that because of that or because it's like an ethical? Like,
It's an ethical conflict of interest, yes, thank
Gotcha.
you.
Thank you.
Be it resolved, the governing board approves and ratifies the Human Resources Report of Personnel Actions as presented.
I'll second.
DeCoste, abstain.
Hill, yes. Landis, yes.
Terry, yes.
Acton, yes.
There we go. All right. Appreciate that. Appreciate that little hurdle. I'm sure it made a couple people sweat, but that's okay. Item 8.1, governing board member summary of current events and/or direction given to the superintendent. Start at the end with Ms. Landis if you have anything.
We had the opportunity to attend the National School Board Conference, which we were all able to attend, and I appreciated the opportunity getting to meet with people all over the United States and actually around the country, and building some stronger relationships with my fellow board members. So I appreciate that. And I think I attended a couple other things, but I cannot remember off the top of my head. And I also just want to say, Miss Brown was up here being celebrated, and it brought me to tears because she's so fabulous. And during COVID, it was so hard. And she was the class that my kid wouldn't miss. So sometimes we'd have a hard time getting out of bed, but he came to class every day. And even when he was changing his clothes and getting ready to go to practice, he would wait till the last minute. And he would do anything for her. And the other day, he gave her his jersey and to wear. So, again, it's very emotional, but she is so fabulous and such an asset to our school district.
I, too, attended the National School Board Association in San Diego. It's been since the COVID. This is the first time we've been together in person, and I think we couldn't stop renewing those wonderful relationships with individuals all across the country. I was especially pleased. I saw so many people I know. That was the one event. I did attend the Millennium Honor Society Induction on last Saturday. That is always a special event. I think the most exciting thing I attended was with Gretchen and Desert Edge. They had a mock program of what happens if you drink and drive or do drugs and drive. The Goodyear police was out and they landed a helicopter on the field. Well done. And I think that was especially exciting to see that we would do that. We let the students know we care more than just about grades. That night was their prom. So Gretchen, Colleen, I think, was the organizer. Hats off to her. It was a very, very exciting event. And I think the students really got a lot out of it. So that was my activity.
That's great. I remember doing that event in high school, and it really did mean a lot to the students, too, when I was there. So that's great. Like Vicki said, we attended the National School Board Conference as the first time being able to attend that. It was really great to be in some of those sessions and meet so many people from across the country, and then also get to, have time with my board members in appropriate settings that allowed us to just get to know each other as people too. So that's always nice.
Thank you. I was able to attend the transportation groundbreaking, even though it seems like so long ago. It has been since our last board meeting, and many of us were there. And the Verrado High School first pitch. There have been several first pitch for baseball and softball. That's the only one I was able to go to was baseball. And the Sassy Luncheon, Superintendent Isla's Student Advisory Council, they had a day out with the superintendent, and so they invited me to that lunch. I was able to do that with the kids, which was probably the best one that I attended, sitting there talking with a bunch of high school kids all throughout lunch, and how they're going to make an impact in our community was really, really cool. I think that's a great thing that you've started. And then I was also at the National School Board Association with my fellow board members and administrators here in the district. So that's great. That's all I have.
All right, at risk of repeating a lot of things that have been said, baseball, softball, a lot of sports going on. And Fine Arts Festival, I know we had at Millennium. I think that was since last board meeting. It's hard to remember. And I know a lot of our clubs and boosters have fundraisers coming up in the next month or so, and I look forward to trying to participate and help them out as much as possible. So,
Terry, may I add one significant thing? In my 12 years sitting on this board, this was the first time I ever attended a conference when all of my fellow board members were there. So you guys, I liked it.
well, I would like to point out, I don't know if Mr. Islas was, but Maxine was quite involved in a recognition that our district received there. So I will move on to 8.2, the comments and our information from Superintendent Islas and Cabinet. And I see he has a piece of hardware next to him, so maybe he can explain it.
Yes, thank you. President Terry, members of the board, Agua Fria community. Yes, I was at the conference along with the board, and it was nice for us to be together, learning together, and getting a chance to experience that. And our district was recognized. I want to thank Tammy, who's out here, and also Dr. Luna Najera, who have been very instrumental in starting up our ESS, student support program at the school sites. But our district was recognized for being innovative in our attempt to help students with the social and emotional aspect of schools. So that was wonderful. And we also want to piggyback on what President Terry said, that Ms. Hill was the only board member in a very crowded ceremony to be recognized by a national council and received an award from Chairman Devin de Palacios, who is the governing board president at Tolleson Union, who was also at the conference. So congratulations, Ms. Hill. I'd like to turn this over to Mr. Nolan and Dr. Richmond. They're going to just explain that we got a grant I wanted you to be aware of, governing board.
Good evening, President Terry, members of the governing board, Superintendent Islas, and the Agua Fria community. Really excited to announce the grant award that we were able to get this year to support some of our summer programs. So Dr. Richmond is our Director of Non-Traditional Programs. So what that means is he does a lot of stuff, and sometimes stuff just comes to my head and I'm like, Brian, let's look at this, go do it. And so, he has a lot of these cards right here, and a lot of those are for me. So, but Brian does Dr. Richmond does a really great job of really looking at what are the opportunities out there for our district to utilize, whether it comes with grant funding, whether it's programming, or whether it's just looking at different House bills and how we need to react to that. So he does an excellent job of that. So I'm going to let him talk about our grant award.
So this is the AZ On Track Summer Camp. Thank you. AZ On Track Summer Camp. This was in the news not too long ago. It was kind of a slam bang start to put it in there. I needed the letter from Board President Terry affirming that there's some initial support for this. We wrote for it, and we got a preliminary that we're getting it. The summer programming that we had set up prior to going into this, because since this was a maybe, we're going to deal with reality. The reality of it is that we've got 4 courses available for in-person credit recovery, just the way we could do things this summer. The 4 courses that we're offering in person for credit recovery are Algebra 1, 2, Geometry, and World History, because those were the top 4 most failed courses first semester this school year. Online, we're able to offer every core course for credit recovery, so a student's be able to do that. Also in person, we are offering in-person Intro to High School. It's the Summer Success Program for incoming 9th graders. We did something a little different this year, and it's at each site. So students going to Millennium will go to Millennium for incoming freshmen. Students going to Canyon View will go to Canyon View. It's not all at Desert Edge. And so that way, so that's a little bit diversified. And this was all in the plan and in the works before we went in this direction. There's a little bit more with that, but if you want the details, I'll give them to you later. With this, what we wrote for is we added transportation for everybody. So we magnified the transportation to all 5 sites over the course of the district into this. And then, and they gave us, I think I said, they gave us a lot more than what we normally spend. I think it's like about $120,000 with all of the transportation and food service and everything that we would have spent on our programming. And they awarded us $370,800. And so when I filled out the budget the first time, they kicked it back and said, no, you need to spend it all. So magnified the transportation to all 5 sites, so quintupled it. Then also added on, working with Dr. Schlosser with some of the other Fed grants to add on an ELL component for students that would miss out on some of their core courses during the school year because they're taking some of the English language courses. And then also in the proposal added room to purchase Major Clarity. It's a platform where students can start getting plugged into Bureau of Labor information that's within the current year of what's upcoming in the economy that they need to prepare for, what jobs are available, what their skill sets might put them towards, and something that they can start all the way through high school. It also helps us with ECAPS with the state. So I wrote that in that because we can start that in the summer because they wanted an enhancement, not just academics. So this is part of that enhancement. So the freshmen can have this along with our credit recovery students so that they have a vision past high school because that's their start line is the graduation. And then I wrote in a second summer school term in July, doing a truncated term. Right now, we have a 16-day program over 4 weeks where it's a 3-hour session. So we did an 8-day, 2-week with a 6-hour session. We'll take a break for a lunch in the middle. So it's the same seat time for credit recovery. And I would add on going down the list of the most frequently failed courses first semester, or possibly also Algebra 1, because that one's really popular right now. So as soon as we hear more, I should be getting information that will come your way.
Yeah, we'll need a board action in order to approve the final pieces of the plan, but we wanted to make sure that you're aware of the award and how we're going to be able to enhance what we're offering our summer school opportunities, and we're really excited about it.
Congratulations, that's great.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, we also have with the approval of the consent agenda, that was a little bit exciting, the most exciting we've had. I'd like to have Tom make an announcement about that approval.
Still coming up now too, or coming up?
Yeah, he can come up to you. He'll be after you.
I'm just glad I get to go first because it's hard to follow Philip. Good evening, Mr. President, members of the board, Superintendent Eastland, members of the community. With your approval of the consent agenda tonight, you did approve Mr. Ernie Molina to be the new Director of Field Operations for the district. First thing I'd like to say is to thank Ernie for his service to the Agua Fria community. He showed standing at this very podium so many times how passionate he is for the students at Agua Fria and his love of his community. And we're looking forward to him spreading that throughout the district going forward. As we continue to grow, we need more assistance in more areas. And we're very excited about Ernie stepping up to fill some of those needs for us.
And I'm really excited to announce our new Assistant Superintendent of Teaching and Learning, Dr. Sarah Pearson. Dr. Pearson comes to us from Litchfield Elementary School District, where she's done an excellent job, and I'm really excited. It's already a great fit. We've already done a lot of partnership just with them as a feeder district and some of the work that I've done with her, but also just some of her ideas and her expertise and her background in a multitude of areas when it comes to academics. She's going to be a rock star for us in our district and really help us continue to propel the vision of where we're going. So I just want to thank you and welcome you to the team.
That's all I have, President Terry.
Okay, item 9.1, request for future agenda items.
I would like to request a presentation on our ESSER funds, how we're spending them, and any COVID relief that we have. And then I'll say down the road, I know we just hired this new assistant superintendent, but I would really like some presentation and data on academics. So I know we'll have our tests. This is testing season, and those results will be coming to us. It'll be a little bit, but I know we're all anxious and curious about how our kids are doing and how they're recovering from COVID. And so I would love some data sometime in the distant future about academics.
In the future, there's a new data intervention that was created in-house. It sounds very exciting. I'd like to have some more information because it relates to the student activity that leads to suspension. So down the road, I'd like to see, have some more information. I may be looking for something that the team doesn't know about, and I wanted them to know about it. So I'd like to have that.
Okay. Noted.
You're good. Okay, I have two things. One, I think now that we've hired 2 more administrators to district office, an organizational chart. We're ready for that. I think you've seen that. And also, if we could, we've been doing a lot of great things in the community with getting the community involved in everything that we're doing between businesses and parents and curriculum nights and the Veterans Day and things. And I've had a couple questions about how we fund those. I honestly don't know. So if we could get information on donations and funding and how those community events are financed. That's all.
Noted. Okay. 10.1, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
I second.
DeCoste, yes.
Bill, yes.
Landis, yes.
Terry, yes.
Acton, yes.
We are adjourned.